Hey there, Sherry G. Happy Saturday to you. And thank you to all of those of you who have subscribed to my channel. I just wanted to share some things that I've been thinking about as it relates to Love and Marriage Huntsville. But before I do that, let's go ahead and get some of the preliminaries out of the way. Everything that is shared on this channel, whether it be by myself or those commenting, is of our opinion. It is alleged. It's for entertainment and education purposes only. So with that said, yes, so last night was Martel's birthday bash. Don't know how it turned out. I feel that he probably had a pretty good showing, right? Production was on set to film for the next season, so you know that he put that out there. That's going to bring people in. Allegedly, Sheree was on the scene. I don't know if that's true or not, because I haven't seen anything yet. I've been looking, but allegedly, he mentioned in his comments, someone asked him if Sheree was going to be there, and he said yes. So allegedly, Sheree was on the scene last night, and of course, he dangled a huge carrot, $2,000 giveaway. 20,000, clutch the pearls. Oops. But a $2,000 giveaway. So, he probably did have a pretty good showing. Now we know that all of this happened after he made that dig at Councilman Keith. That, the post that he put out regarding the councilman, and what ended up happening was there was an incident at Walmart where he was going through the self-checkout and he forgot to pay for I don't know what it is with this, 20,000. Something about it. But anyway, a $20 item, headphones, headset, something like that. And he was arrested for it. But the councilman came back and gave a statement regarding that, took responsibility for it. I don't see it as a big deal, and I definitely don't think he did that on purpose. But Martel, what he did was on purpose. It was to poke a jab at Melody, for sure, which proves that he is still obsessed with her. He says that he's done with her and he doesn't want her. But again, like I mentioned before, his actions tell a whole different story. And if he and Sheree are in a real relationship, I, for one, wouldn't be down for that. I would be like, look, you need to get yourself together. You need to figure it out. You need to get over her, and you need to get some help, because he has a lot going on up here and he needs some help. But I really think that it was in poor taste, along with a whole lot of us. It was in poor taste when he made that jab at the councilman. And I believe that it could have affected his turnout for his birthday bash slash unveiling, the second unveiling of his magazine cover. And he stated in a live yesterday, or one that I saw yesterday, that he was doing it. Yes, it was his second time doing it, but he wanted to bring it to the city of Huntsville. Okay, so this is the same city where the councilman is revered, well respected. So many people in the black community look up to him because he's done so much for the black community. And you, Martel, a black man, try to take jabs at this crazy incident that happened that, to me, I really respect the councilman and the way he took ownership of it, but shame on Walmart for just not allowing him to pay for it. I mean, how many other people had that same thing happen, made that same oversight when going through the self-checkout? Give me a break. I did it with an eyeliner once, and I didn't even realize it till we were out at the car, and then I had to go back in and pay for it. I almost drove off, but I went back and paid for it. But had the councilman made it to his car, he probably would have realized it and went, oh my gosh, let me go back in here and pay for it. But they didn't even let that happen. So anyway, like I said, he's a councilman and he's doing great things in the city. And so there's probably more to the story, as to the reason why that didn't take place, why they just didn't allow him to pay for it, why they had to take him to jail and book him. Ridiculous, okay? There's got to be bigger things going on in Huntsville for the police department to worry about than a $20 item, Anyway, my thoughts are that a lot of the people who support the councilman that would have perhaps showed up at Martel's situation probably didn't because of what Martel did. And so again, it proves my point that Martel just acts and he doesn't think. His emotions really control him. Like he just gets overwhelmed with these emotions and he just goes for it. And then he thinks about it when it's too late, because he went back and tried to retract. He did. He deleted his post, but it was too late because, the bloggers, quick. I got a snapshot. Other people got a snapshot. So, the receipt is out there and it's not going to go away. And I'm sure that Martel only deleted it because, the comments, people were going in on him, about how tacky that was and everything. And then they wanted to remind Martel of his past incident with the ATM machine and all that kind of jazz. But, it could have been just such a different outcome for Martel. So his actions he's just digging his big hole for himself, right? Just making it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's crazy. And so that's the first thing that was on my mind today. As I was doing some housework, I was just thinking about the show and, well, not the show, but the people on the show, because they're real people. And these are real things that are happening. But the second thing that I was thinking about, or the second person that I was thinking about, was Destiny. And just how different it could have been for Destiny had she only shared her life with us. Marceau made a statement that it's reality TV. But it was just kind of like condescending, like it's just TV. Well, it's not just TV. This is your life, and this is what you signed up for. I don't think Destiny realized what she signed up for. Like, we don't want to hear the untruth. We want to hear the truth, right? It could have been so different for her if she shared, yes, I'm going through this divorce. But the blessing is, LeBeric paid for the mortgage for a year. So I have a year to be in this home, a year to get myself together and think things out. That would have grabbed the attention of more people than her saying, well, I'm refinancing the house, or I've refinanced the house. I'm still in the marital home that we had. It's mine. We find out that that's not the case. That's not true. Because, again, she feels like it's invasive, and that people are stalking her and things. But people just want the truth. They just want the information. And because she's told so many untruths, or she's always digging at Melody and not really unveiling anything about her life, the people are going to be curious and they're going to dig in, because that's what people do. And if you don't like it, then you really shouldn't be on reality TV, and you shouldn't put anything out on the internet. Nothing. It just would have been, in my mind, such a different story if she honed in on the fact that I'm going through a divorce. It is difficult, but this is what's happening. And as far as Madani, you could have been honest about that too. I act like she's actually sitting here and I'm talking to her, but you guys get it. She could have been honest about that too. Hey, it's hard being an entrepreneur. I tried to open during the pandemic and I had to close. That didn't work. I tried to reopen, but these are the things that I faced. And she could have taken the lessons that she learned trying to relaunch Madani, and she could have given those lessons whatever it was that she learned, because I still don't really know what happened, except I believe, allegedly, she wasn't paying the rent, so the doors were locked. The doors are locked, the locks were changed. Allegedly, that's what happened. But even with that, if she would have just shared, like, the hardship of it and said, you know what, this is what's really happening with Madani, and this is what's really going on, but I'm not giving up. I still plan on opening it. I'm not giving up. It may not be at that particular location because I need to straighten some things out with the landlord first, and maybe they'll let me keep the location, or maybe I'll just have to relocate Madani, start all over again. But these are the things that I have in place. And these are the things that I've learned through trying to reopen Madani again. That would have been much better. And this is the thing. This is what people want. And this is why people, most people, are more drawn to melody. My accent, the New Jersey twist is trying to come out because I'm just so emotional about this, because I just think that these people don't understand the potential they have to have a great fellowship. That's my own word that I made up, but you know how the potential they have to have a great following and people really buying into their stories if they share the truth. This is for the Scotts too, because you guys aren't as forthcoming either. Melody has been very forthcoming, and that's why people were drawn to her. And I think Martel by just default, because he was the demon in Melody's situation. And, you know, excuse me, that's just my way of seeing it. But, yeah, it could have been different for her if she was more forthcoming. And like I said, that's why people are more drawn to Melody, because she shares more, or she has shared more of what the struggle was. She told us that she went through this hellacious divorce and she was left with nothing. Like, she didn't even have beds for her kids to sleep on and had to buy air mattresses. Whew. Calm down, Jerry. It's going to be okay. You're going to make it. But anyway, yeah, it's just really, really, when I think about it, I'm like, and I hear some of the comments and some of the things people are saying. I just want to shake them up and say, wake up, smell the truth, okay? But yeah, and again, with Melody, she shared all of that, you know, and then Destiny shared that, okay, so Melody's home is rent to own. So what? It's still Melody's home. It's still, she's not living, you know, and she's paying for it. Whatever the rent is, whatever the mortgage is, she's paying for it, and she can afford to do it. Well, hats off to her. Hats off to her, a single mom. And not only that, she was able to do some remodeling at the place, some landscaping at the place. Okay, she was able to decorate it the way she wanted. We saw her go through all of that and rise above. And no, we didn't see every single minute or every single second of it, because we're not in her life 24/7. Thank goodness. That would be exhausting, wouldn't it? It's only for a season, and they can only share so much on the show. But we've seen enough, and we're intelligent enough to put the puzzle pieces together and figure it out, just based on what she did tell us. Just based on what she did share. We know it wasn't an overnight turnaround for her. We know that. But we've seen the turnaround. We've seen the come up, and we're still experiencing the come up. Okay. So the third thing I wanted to bring up, and it is regarding Melody, as a matter of fact, she's going on tour with Eric Bellinger. So I know you guys seen the flyer going around. Kudos to her. I'm so excited. But the thing that caught my attention was the dates. So it's March 5th and 9th. Then we have the 22nd, 23rd, and 25th of March. So they're going on a 5-city tour, and she's going to be headlining for Eric Bellinger. And the name of the tour is the Obsession Tour. Speaking of obsession, Martel. How ironic is it that the name of the tour is Obsession, and we all know that Martel is obsessed with Melody. Well, I just thought about that. I just think it's, yeah, that just clicked. But I hadn't thought about that earlier until I just now looked at my little note over here and like, oh, because I wanted to make sure I didn't forget the dates. But the thing that really, like I said, I was looking at the calendar and I noticed the dates. And so I noticed like there was a break in the dates. So my speculation is that during these times, these will be the times that Martel should have the children, you know, because they do the 7 days. You have them for 7 days. I have them for 7 days. That's how they do their time with the children. So it's my speculation that these would be the dates that Martel will have the children. So I believe that's another reason why we didn't hear anything about it. Like there was no hint that this was going to happen from Melody's camp or Eric's camp. We didn't hear anything about it. Nothing until it was out there. The flyer was out there and we were like, woo, this is so great. Like she's doing things, okay? She's doing things. And we're excited that she's doing things after all that she's been through. But so that was strategic, I'm sure. Like we know it was strategic because we all know Martel. He would have tried to throw a wrench in that. And I seriously wouldn't be surprised if he still tried to throw a wrench in this tour for Melody. But she's going to be there for sure. She's going to be there because she's smart, and I'm sure her whole camp sat down and thought about every possible scenario, everything that could happen. So she's smart, she's going to be safe, she's going to be okay, and she will be there. Because I'm sure if Martel tries to throw that, oh, well, you know, I'm not going to be able to keep the kids, she's got a backup plan. She's got a backup plan, even if that means taking the children with her and providing tutoring while they're with her. There's been a lot of famous people, actors and actresses, singers, that have done that very same thing. So I'm sure she has dotted all the I's and crossed all of the T's. But we shall see. We shall see. We shall see in March. So anyway, that's what I've been thinking about today. You guys enjoy your Saturday. To my subscribers, thank you for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. I am new out here in this YouTube streets. But yeah, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because I will be back. Until then, ciao.